Greetings. Welcome to another episode of the Insightful Living Channel, where myself, licensed therapist Stephen Harvey, just comes on here to share about different obstacles and challenges that I see with my clients that I work with. Okay, you can look me up on psychologytoday.com or helptoadjust.com, which is the agency that I partner with to run my practice through. Okay, so today I am going to talk about men and how to stay faithful and committed to your wife, girlfriend, or family. Okay, I've been touching on relationships a lot lately because that is one area that I see consistently that is a challenge with a lot of my clients. All right, I have a lot of clients who are very proficient in their career. All right, they are highly accomplished in their skill set and what they do. All right, but when it comes to relationships, they're still trying to figure that out. They're still trying to figure out dating. They're still trying to figure out how to cultivate and develop just a progressive, productive, um, fulfilling relationship. Okay, so one thing that I see sometimes when I'm working with couples or working with individuals, say guys specifically, is a lot of guys. It's like they want to have the respect, they want to have the admiration of someone who is sexually disciplined, committed, focused, okay, attentive, and just an honorable man. They want that type of adoration. However, they allow their physical desires, their sexual desires, their need to have their ego just, fanned, if you will. Okay. They let those desires, supersede their desire to be looked upon as a man of honor. Okay. And then a lot of times when I have to work with, when I work with these couples, I kind of see in, with a lot of the men that it's kind of like, I want this respect, I want this honor, but they allow their desires to take precedent. Okay. So this video is just really giving some pointers, okay, some strategies, some game, whatever you want to call it, right, to men on, how to not or how to avoid your sexual desires, your ego, okay, being stroked, how to avoid those things taking precedent over your want to be looked at and perceived and treated as an honorable man in your household and amongst those who know you. Okay? Because really that's what we're dealing with right now. We're dealing with a battle between your legacy and your reputation versus your desire for self-pleasure. So pleasing yourself, okay, engaging with women who are talking to you in a provocative way or engaging you in a provocative way, right? Sexing you and whatever types of recreation that this woman is offering. Yes, it feels good. It is a pleasurable experience over here. However, self-pleasure comes at the expense of sacrificing your legacy over here, your reputation, how your family views you, your woman, your children, sons, daughters, your mother, your in-laws, your friends, your colleagues, viewing you as, you know, I mean, when you are found out to say cheat or commit infidelity, I mean, that's not that's not something that people respect you for, right? That's always something that people just kind of say, damn, you know, you know, it's something, it's like a letdown, it's a disappointment. Okay. And regardless of your career accolades, regardless of your accomplishments, how great you are in other areas, but that area right there, it's kind of unanimously looked upon as a damper, or just you know it's not looked on good. Okay, there's no positive to that. Okay, so what I want really you men to understand is, remember your legacy. Okay, so you got to make a choice. Which one is more important to you to prioritize? Pleasing yourself and feeling good feels good in the moment, okay? Or your reputation, how your woman views you, how she speaks to you. Your woman looking at you like you just this man of steel, okay? This hero. Your woman looking at you in this way, talking to you in this way. Your children looking at you like you're their hero, okay? That's the legacy. To legacy to where even after you transition, your children and your woman and those who knew you, they can draw energy and strength from your life and the discipline that you exhibited. They can draw energy from that to help them navigate their situation when they're going through, say, a struggle where they may feel compromised in their relationship commitment. They can remember you and the discipline and the integrity and the strong principle that you stood on that allowed you to keep your slate clean, keep your record clean. Okay? That's legacy. Okay? Where, some guys that feel like, I hear people say stuff like, men are not created to be with one woman. It's impossible. It can't happen. Guess what? People can look to you and say, no, I know this man of honor who stayed disciplined to the end. Guess what? His kids are shining. His kids are healthy. His kids are progressive. His wife is smiling. She's happy. His family unit was intact. Okay? That's legacy. See, these are the things that you want to keep at the forefront of your mind at all times. A lot of times we forget. We allow the pretty face and the energy and the look and all the talking from another young lady outside of our woman to enthrall us and make us forget about the legacy. Don't sacrifice your legacy for anything. It's not worth it. Once you get that few minutes of pleasure, it's temporary, that's short term. And we all know that wealth, in order to create wealth, I'm talking in business terms now, in order to create long-lasting wealth, you have to think long term, not short term. So we don't want to be broke in our thinking in relation to relationships in our personal life. We got to still think long term. Yes, it may feel good in the moment. Absolutely. But then it's like, okay, we got to weigh, just like a business person, we got to weigh the pros and the cons. Okay? The risk versus the reward. What is, the reward is I feel good. My body feels good. My ego is stroked. That's basically the extent of the reward with stepping outside of your relationship. But then what are the risk? The risk is your children looking at you in a dishonorable way. Your wife looking at you in a dishonorable way. Your in-laws, your parents, even your friends looking at you in a dishonorable way. Undisciplined. That's what you are risking. So is a few minutes of pleasing yourself worth risking your reputation, your legacy, what you represent to those who know you and are around you? Is it worth it? So the thing to do is you have to keep your legacy at the forefront of your mind at all times, not in the back of your mind, in the forefront of your mind. Always be thinking about reputation. Always be thinking about brand. You want your children to grow up and say, my father was a man of honor. He was disciplined. He was a man of high integrity. I need to look no further than my father to know how to stand on principle. That's legacy. Is it worth erasing that, aborting that? Is it worth aborting all of that to please yourself? I get it. You're going through a tough time with your woman. No sex, no intimacy, right? No words of edification. I get it. So you can kind of feel alone. You go on a job, young lady, she's giving you the attention. She's giving you the words. She's giving you the opportunity to engage her sexually. I get it. It soothes a void at the time. Okay? But guess what? As a leader, as man of your household, you got to figure it out. You got to, hey, sit your woman down and say, hey, we got to talk. This is how I'm feeling. I don't want to feel like this. Okay? What has to happen to get us into a place where I'm feeling your needs and you're feeling mine? What are your needs? What do you need from me in order for me to get my needs met? These are my needs. I need to hear your voice talking to me in certain ways. I need to engage your body in certain ways. I need to, be able to caress you in certain ways, right? Like as a leader, we got to come, address, fix, solve problems. We have to be great problem solvers as leaders. Part of leadership. Women are looking for men to be leaders. Okay? Manage and control our emotions. Getting loud, raising your voice, cursing, name calling, breaking things. See, that is operating. That's not masculine energy. Let's just put it like that. When your woman sees you raising your voice, yelling, screaming, cursing, breaking things, your woman is looking at you like, wow, I know I can be dealing with emotions sometimes, PMS, etc. I need my man to show me how to be emotionally balanced, and this guy's acting just like me, just in a different form, but it's still emotionalism. Emotions are good, yes, but emotions have to be controlled and contained and managed effectively. Emotions cannot be just allowed to just have their way whenever they feel. You can feel angry, absolutely, but you need to control that, contain that, and not allow that anger or that disappointment to have you acting out of character, to now having to come back and say, oh, I'm sorry, I apologize, and no. Okay? So, just to wrap it up, Okay, I just want to come on here and just speak on, remember your legacy. If you got to go to therapy to work out your issues, if you have to sit your woman down, let her know how you feeling and what you need from her, see what she needs from you. Let's get that done. But we cannot choose to step outside of our relationship, sacrifice our legacy, sacrifice our reputation, sacrifice now having to deal with unnecessary drama. One thing my father always taught me, he said, never play with a woman's emotions, son. My father taught me that when I was real young. He said, son, never play with a woman's emotions, because that can get to be a very volatile situation. Because a woman will build her whole life around your word as a man. And if you show that your word is just not, not credible, then this woman feels like she was bamboozled, like she was tricked, like she was coerced into something that was just fake, not real. So she's not just going to hold that and let you just walk off and just kind of live your life. No, she said, you know what? You're not going to have me build my whole life around your word and you just send me up the river and just leave me here. Absolutely not. You're going to feel something for this. You're going to get some justice for this. Absolutely. Most women, not all women. Okay? So, keep your legacy and your reputation at the forefront of your mind. What means more to you? Your reputation, your legacy, the narrative that is in people's minds about you when your name comes up in the room, right? Or pleasing yourself. Legacy or self-pleasure? Which one are you committed to protect and prioritize? Which one? You got to make a choice. If you want a long-lasting, fulfilling, deep connection relationship with the woman who you can connect with on a myriad of levels, business, parenting, romance, friendship, you have to sacrifice and give up moving around with other women, having these flings and these fiascos. That's the sacrifice in order to dive deep into the value of connecting with a certain woman, the woman of your choice. The sacrifice is moving around with other women. Now, if you want to move around with other women, I want this one right here, I want this one over here, I got, a rotation, I'm just moving around, I'm just here, I'm sexing this one, I'm sexing that one, I'm all over the place. Okay, if that's your choice, you have to sacrifice having a relationship of depth and substance and longevity. You got to sacrifice that. The two do not go together. You cannot have both. If you do want both, you have to communicate that. You got to communicate that so that your woman can make an educated decision as to whether she wants to deal with you or not. A lot of guys think they can have both. You cannot. The two lifestyles contradict. You will get found out. And you're not going to feel good. It's hard to feel like a man when your woman caught you in a lie. It's hard. Okay? So, which one means more to you? Your legacy, your reputation, or pleasing yourself? That's really it. You got to make that choice. Commit to one or the other. Any more questions, comments, concerns, feel free to comment in the comment section. Again, Stephen Harvey, the Insightful Living Channel. Thank you for signing in yet again. Appreciate you. I love you. Take care. Peace.